Hi, everyone. It's A Ticket to Christ. Thank you for tuning back in. We're talking about using our gifts to serve others. And we're in Exodus chapter 35, picking up in verse 30. And Moses said unto the children of Israel, See, the Lord hath called by name Bezaleel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah. And he hath filled him with the Spirit of God in wisdom, in understanding, and in knowledge, and in all manner of workmanship, and to devise curious works, to work in gold, and in silver, and in brass, and in the cutting of stones, to set them, and in the carving of wood, to make any manner of cunning work. And he hath put in his heart that he may teach both he and Aholiab, the son of Ahisamach of the tribe of Dan. Them hath he filled with wisdom of heart, to work all manner of work of the engraver, and of the cunning workman, and of the embroiderer in blue, and in purple, and in scarlet, and in fine linen, and of the weaver, even of them that do any work, and of those that devise cunning work. And verse chapter 36, they wrought Bezaleel and Aholiab, and every wise-hearted man in whom the Lord put wisdom and understanding, to know how to work all manner of work for the service of the sanctuary, according to all that the Lord had commanded. And Moses called Bezaleel, Aholiab, and every wise-hearted man, in whose heart the Lord had put wisdom, even everyone whose heart stirred him up to come unto the work to do it. And they received of Moses all the offering which the children of Israel had brought for the work of the service of the sanctuary, to make it withal. And they brought yet unto him free offerings every morning. And all the wise men that wrought all the work of the sanctuary came every man from his work which they made. Okay, what are you seeing here? What is jumping out at you? For me, what I'm seeing is that it was the Lord who gave them these skills. Because it says in verse 31, it says, and he hath, speaking of the Lord, he hath filled him, this is the Lord telling Moses, that he hath filled these men with the Spirit of God in wisdom and understanding, and in knowledge, and in all manner of workmanship. The Spirit of God is creative. Spirit of God knows how to create. God, created the world with his word and by his Spirit, right? We see he spoke it into existence and made a beautiful, amazing world in wisdom. So God filled him with that same ability. And I think that, so if you want skills and ability to do your work, if you want to be able to be effective in your career choice, or in, whatever job that you're trying to do, ask the Lord to fill you with the wisdom and understanding and the knowledge to do the work, if that's where he's called you to do it. And look how detailed it is. That stands out to me. So to devise curious works, to work in gold and in silver and in brass and in the cutting of stones. So they needed the wisdom and the understanding to do this. And God put it in their heart. Verse 34, but not only in their heart, he gave them the ability to teach it. Both he and Aholiab, the son of Ahisamach of the tribe of Dan. And he put it, God was the one who put the wisdom and the ability in them to do all of these crafts, to have the level of detail, to have the level of understanding. And so who gets the glory? God gets the glory. A lot of times people take their skills and, it goes to their heads. God doesn't get any glory from it. And it's not that you have to say, oh, it's not me, it's all God, kind of like in a weird way. But I think that once you know that it's from God and but by God, and God will give you that understanding if you pull into it, you will honor him in the right way, in a righteous way. in a way that brings him glory. And I think as well how they're using their skills to serve others, because they're using it to build the tabernacle. This is the first time that a tabernacle is being built for the Lord. And so they used it for the people of the Lord. And so I think there's no better way you can use your skills than to serve and help your fellow Christians, others in your church, in your local congregation, in your house church, your brothers and sisters in the Lord. A lot of times people don't do that, though. They keep the knowledge of something good to themselves so that they can have the upper hand. They don't want someone to be better than them, especially if that person is thriving and doing well. They will, see you struggling or see that, wow, this would really help that person, but not think of, well, let me share that knowledge and understanding. It can be something as small as, a look or a style that you see the person is trying to put together, and you have the understanding. You say, hey, these two colors would go better on you. Or this is how this product works better and it's cheap. Just sharing what you have, even with the little things that some people keep it to themselves for whatever the reason, so because, and a lot of times it comes down to they don't want the other person to do better than them. Sometimes it's just that they just don't think about it. It's just this thoughtlessness of not thinking of, okay, here I have a good thing, who can I share with? And I think when God gives us something good, always look for ways to share it with someone. And sometimes you try to share it with someone and they're hard-headed, right? But keep trying, with wisdom and, of course, perseverance. So my takeaway from this is not only us going to the Lord to seek out to gain more skills and understanding to do our work effectively in whatever way, whether it be in the church, maybe you need the gift of communication, maybe you need a gift whereby you can, the friendliness and the warmth in your heart shows up on your face, a gift of service or wisdom. You go to the Lord and ask him. And why would you ask him? When you look and you see, look, consistently, when I go to these places, when I go to these churches, I don't feel welcomed. I don't make friends easily. Maybe there is something about your disposition that is standoffish, or that's closed, or that people they don't know how to approach you. And so pray about that and ask the Lord to give you a humble face, a humble disposition, and the friendliness and the humility to, be approachable. And yes, they should push past everything, but on your part, as much as it depends on you, do that. So we can give the gift of self as well, the gift of a friendly disposition, a gift of friendship. That is also a way to save others. And I know I'm creative, but I think love is in the details of life. It really is. It's in the things that don't usually cost much. I believe the little details, the smaller things, because that could make a big difference for someone. There's a situation I know of someone who's building a website, and she is not that good a writer and isn't good with grammar. And she had a friend who was able to go in there and help her with those edits and fix those things for her. And, even this, because her friend doesn't understand that even the smallest grammar error could turn a professional person off, because they're going to look at that website and say, well, if this person is that sloppy with this, they're not going to have the care that I need with this particular service. And so even little things sometimes people might not know or think about are important, right? They're important because you're dealing with different types of people in the world. And so she was able to help her gift to serve her friend. That is one example of it. Another example I can think of is someone who tried to give her friend the gift of correction. The friend did not take it well. So the friend was in deep grief and didn't understand, the correction. She just didn't want to hear it. Instead of listening, she wasn't able to listen. and so didn't bring good testimony and witness to God as a result of not hearing, right? So sometimes you try to give people gifts and they don't receive it, and but at least you tried, right? So using your gifts to others can come in all sorts of ways. We all have different things and different limitations. Some of us have more things than others materially that we can use, and others we don't have material things, but we all have spiritual things that are free that we can use. That is it from me, beloved. Hope you're doing well. Have a great day.